Hey, sure where this is like. 1 second, hang on. Hi, Cheryl. Let me know if you can hear me. Mute that one. Can you all hear me? Okay, trying to figure out this audio. Can you hear me? Still. Is it okay? Can you hear me? Help us come back out. Hi, Lisa. You know what? Okay. Hi, I'm just going to use my computer. Okay. I was trying to use my cell phone so I could move around a little bit, but we're just going to do the best we can. How's everyone? Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to my channel. I missed you guys, ladies. Last week was a full week of Dia de los Muertos. I had a beautiful group of women that came for Anne-Marie's Bald Girl Will Travel celebration. So it was really nice. Of course, it was my birthday, and of course, I celebrated my dad and all the things. So this week, I am back. I am actually at the Hacienda, and I have we have our first person who is here, Miss Cynthia. I'm super excited. So it's been really busy, but super grateful. So if you could just tell me you can hear me okay, there's no echo going on. I may try to get on my phone again because it gives me more freedom, but I'm not sure how the sound is going to come out. But anyway, it was a wonderful week, wonderful, beautiful weekend celebrating this Mexican holiday that I absolutely love because it just means so much to give honor to people that have passed, our ancestors. And thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. Hi, Lisa. I think I said hello to everyone. Yes, I hope you can make it with us next year as well. Anne-Marie's actually going to be dropping the new link for her trip for next year. She's going to do it again. We had, I think it was like 13 ladies or something like that, but it was just really lovely. She did a beautiful itinerary and just a lot of things that you get to see and do in addition to celebrating Dia de los Muertos. Our ceremony for our ancestors was just so loving. We cried, we hugged, we laughed, we shared our stories and things like that. And I just feel that this holiday for me, it's such a healing experience, even though you're talking about someone in a mortal way, because that's how we know those individuals, our ancestors, and we miss them. We love them so much, and we wish we could a lot of things. Just to be able to honor them was just such a beautiful thing. And to have other people share individuals that, clearly a lot of us didn't know, never met before. It was just one of those moments where it felt very uplifting. So if you are interested in that, please keep checking Anne-Marie's website or sign up for her newsletter. I'm pretty sure she has a subscription list at baldgirlwilltravel.com. There will be a new event for that for 2026 in the coming weeks, I think probably in a week or two, okay? Also look out for pics. Other than that, we have steamrolled into November. Cannot believe it is November the 5th already. And I wanted to circle back to you all because as I did last year, and I believe maybe the years before, once December rolls around, I will not be on YouTube probably until January of 2026. And we just kind of want to go out in November talking about the things that we're grateful for, the activities that have happened in the last year in 2025, because I just still can't believe that we're rolling into the end of the year already. It's so crazy. A year ago, I was like planning for my trip to Jamaica mostly, of course, to see my mom and family and hang out with my best friend and all the things. Of course, hang out with Micah. I love, love, love hanging out with my kiddo. He's so much fun. And so I cannot believe I'm here. So before we jump into Hacienda, I always want to just say thank you to Michelle Watson for being our official tea sponsor. So I am currently at Hacienda right now with a group of ladies, and yeah, you know, we're doing our thing. Let's see. If you are interested in our Try It On program, or even just interested in staying here for a minute, thank you, Cheryl. Yes, Micah is a cool kid. I just know he will stay that way. He will. Here are some events that are happening at Casa ELM. Lots of events, actually. We still have spaces for Thanksgiving. If you're interested in getting away for Thanksgiving, we still have a couple spaces available. Yes, it is kind of a high travel time of year, but okay, first of all, I know there's a lot going on in the US and TSA and all that, so you got to have the confidence to do it first and foremost. So I wish everyone safe travels in general during the holiday season. But I wanted to also say that a lot of people don't always know what airports to look into. So look into Querétaro Airport, which is QRO, or look into León Airport, and that code is actually B as in boy, J Jackson, X X-ray, BJX, okay? Those are the airports that are closest to San Miguel, all within an hour to hour and 15 minutes away. And they are limiting some of the Mexican airlines from San Felipe Airport, which is in Mexico City. It's not a Mexico City airport, but it is another international airport. So just kind of, keep an eye on what's happening politically and all the things with the US. So, and Mexico and other parts of the world for that matter. It's a lot to absorb, but I just wanted to share that detail because I had a lady who didn't know that about getting here. So I wanted to share that. Again, Thanksgiving week, I'm going to drop that here in the chat, is also a lot of fun. What I will say is if someone signs up for Thanksgiving week, we will make provisions for you, because one of the offers for the whole week package is to be a part of the November 23rd Thanksgiving Rhythm and Roots brunch at Casa ELM. I have officially sold all my seats, all my tickets. But if you stay at Casa for the week and do that, plus all the things that are already listed on that link, we will definitely make provisions for you. If you live here or you're staying elsewhere and you haven't gotten a ticket, sorry, it's too late. It's sold out, and that's that. I'm happy it's sold out. So I'm not even going to bother sharing the link, because for Roots and Rhythm, I'm actually going to delete that from my list because it's done. So those are the things I wanted to share. I just wanted to say too that I'm grateful for everyone who comes here, visits my channel, shows up at Casa ELM. I'm really looking forward to 2026. Hacienda ELM growing. I want you all to see it before it gets too dark, so I'm not going to take too much time chit-chatting. I am really going to do my best with this computer. I've done it before, and I've used my phone, so I'm not really sure why I can't get on here properly. I may try it again, but if I start getting echoes, I'm just going to use my computer. But before I jump into that, I just wanted to say that it's been 1 year since I got, almost a year practically, since I got the keys for Hacienda ELM. And in likely fashion of all the things I've been kind of talking about, having faith, vision, and all the things, this is a manifestation of that. And however you believe in manifestation, whether it's the universe, God, whatever it is you might pray to or not, or, talk about repeatedly, whatever your routines are, to stay in a positive mindset so the things that you desire happen for you. I see it. I am it. I see people around me who are doing this all the time. And one of the things that I say is, it's your vision, it's your thought, it's your process, it's your thing. So don't let someone else kind of like crowd or cloud your thoughts, your ideas, because it's not theirs to have. And I've talked about this a lot. It doesn't matter if something doesn't work out. The point is, it's better it didn't work out because you tried than it didn't work out because you never tried and you're not sure, right? To me, it's just better to prove that, this is what I wanted to do, and I tried my best, and it happened, or it happened for a time, or it's happening. That to me is so key. So I just wanted to say that, and I hope that encourages whoever may be watching this. And don't forget to hit the like button, like ASAP right now, and subscribe if you haven't already and you've been on my channel multiple times. Please do so. It's real easy. Appreciate you. I'm actually drinking sangria tonight a little bit. Okay, it tastes good. Because we had red wine, and I'm not a big red wine fan. I like sweet things, so I made this for the ladies that are here. They're actually having dinner. I made roast chicken, fried rice, some yummy carrots, and a stir-fried vegetable with like wild mushrooms and some other stuff in a sesame oil. So it's kind of like an Asian theme. They're over there having a good old time. So in saying that, this is why we're here tonight. I just want to say, that Hacienda a year ago was just me, signing on the dotted line with my heart racing, but still believing in a space that's community, but for the aging population, and just giving, people that continued connection to other people, but in a way that we're not withering away in our houses or somewhere, and not just kind of like existing, waiting to pass away, or waiting for watching life pass us by, watching television all day long. Like, we're doing stuff. We had so much fun today. We did a little creative circle where each of us offered something fun to say, whether it was a poem. I did my poem. I might read it to you. I did a poem today about being an ancestress, or my ancestors, but from the female's perspective, and just honoring them as well. Although I'm so grateful my mom is still alive, I talked about my grandmom, who really is the only grandparent that I had growing up. My other grandparents had already passed, or the one that was alive was blind and lived in Jamaica, so I didn't get to know my grandfather as well. But we talked about that. A few of the ladies read their poems and the passages that have inspired them, and it was fun. And then one of the ladies did kind of like a fun Shakespeare, kind of Halloween rendition. It was a good time. So we really enjoyed ourselves, and thank you so much, Michelle, and welcome, Miss Ingenuity, our sponsor, tea sponsor, which I mentioned earlier. I appreciate that so much. It was really moving for me to share that specific newsletter. And I also posted it on Casa ELM on Facebook, so if you missed it, feel free to go there and find it. She was commenting that she loved my Dia de los Muertos newsletter post, for those who are maybe watching this in the replay and can't see the live chat. But what I wanted to share, if I can find it quickly, is the poem that that I shared today. Okay, here it is. It's really quick. It's called The Women Who Shaped Us. For echoes of the ancestress, we are the daughters of women who spoke in prayer and thunder, who mended worlds and with calloused hands, and whispered courage into our curls. They cooked hope into pots that never emptied, stitched laughter into dresses that carried us through storms. They knew magic wasn't found, it was made. Their stories live beneath our skin, in the curve of a hip, the tilt of a chin, the way we say no more and mean never again. We walk with rhythm in our bones, their names hidden in our breath. When we dance, they rise. When we weep, they hum. When we speak, they stand behind us. 1,000 strong, 1,000 seen. And so tonight we remember we are not alone. We are never the first. We are the continuation of a divine conspiracy, women loving women into tomorrow. I am my mother's daughter, and her echo lives in me. So this was to honor my grandmom and my aunts who are still alive, my aunt who has passed, and just the strength that I feel was that's in my bloodline. And this is what we shared, one of the things what I shared today, I should say. So just to kind of give, some perspective on the activities that we're doing here at Hacienda. Tomorrow, we're gonna have a movie night. My guest is going to take, look around the town, et cetera. Today, we've been lounging, eating, talking. Lots of politics were going on last night and this morning. So it's just really interesting to see the different dynamics and people coming together. So I absolutely am enjoying myself and just this process. But what I'm going to do is, let's see, I want to just kind of quickly walk through Hacienda again, because it's getting a little dark, because the time has changed. And, we haven't done this for a little while. Here we are still in the courtyard. We have all of our marigolds from Dia de los Muertos, which I love. They're so beautiful. And I have all the lights on. We actually have a full moon. I'm sure, well, not just we, everyone does. My fruit trees, I'm gonna say they're my fruit trees. They are like in full bloom. So these are what can I get the word out? Grapefruits. Those are grapefruits. Up here, and this is all in the courtyard inside. Up here, we have a bunch of oranges, and they're the kind, like the sour kind. Can you see that? Can you all see that? I think you can see that. They're kind of sour, so we've been using them for juice, and you can juice them and add sugar. Now these are our actual oranges. Let's see, there's a bigger one over here. The oranges are very sweet, really, really nice. And I believe this is also an orange tree, which has a lot of green fruit. They're not quite ready yet. And it's just really nice now, because I think the last time you all came on, or I came on, we were still doing some things outside. So I'm going to go out there. And tonight's live is probably going to be a little bit short because I want to go and eat with the ladies. I'll go in there in a moment. So here we have, let's see, make sure this doesn't slam. And hopefully we'll stay connected. Tell me if you all can't see, but outside, we're outside. One of the ladies happened to be out here earlier working on her laptop, and a few of the ladies were chilling here on the lounge chairs. Plants are growing like crazy. I mean, maybe you can't really tell, but it's my lavender plants. Let me walk over here. Do you see that? Lavender plants. I can't get too far away. They were really small, them, and they're huge. And over here, I put these kind of things. Can you see that? Let me see. Went up to the rooftop, just watched the sun. Cool. It's so we've been just kind of chilling out here, walking in the morning. Morning we didn't do a group walk together, but several of us, whenever we were ready, just went out and did quite a few laps around. So it was really lovely. My kiddo is hanging out inside the theater. Let me see what he's up to. Let's see. Oh, he's on his laptop. So if you haven't seen Hacienda, we do have a theater. So tomorrow night we're going to have a movie night. It was supposed to be Friday, but there's someone performing Friday night that we want to go and support and see. I won't go in the rooms because all of the ladies have their spaces and I don't want to invade. Yes, it is green, Lisa. It is so green. And this is not even as green as it was. Because, look, I mean, and now they're trying to create exterior as aggressive as they are, because you really do have to keep them under control. They're kind of like a shrub. You can cut them. If you look up bamboo on like Pinterest, the way the Japanese kind of shape them, they're beautiful. So they kind of cut the bottom stalk and then you can shape it eventually when they fill in. It takes a few years. They end up looking like a shrub, so you can shape it, however you want. But if you want it to have like that enclosed room outside, you just keep it kind of squared off. That's what I have at Hacienda. No, I'm sorry, at Casa. So at least look like a home, I guess. I hope this doesn't cut. Hold on, let me go quick. Look at my papaya tree, you all. Look at all those amazing fruits. Lots of, we've been picking tangerines, there's limes. Messiah found a bunch of guava trees all the way in the back. So no fire and on the birds, just chirping around all day. It's just beautiful. Miss Delia's been chasing down a red robin, trying to get a picture. So that's what I wanted to show you. I'm going to go inside. Told the ladies I wouldn't disrupt their dinner too much. And here we are. I wish I could use my cell phone. It would be easier to. There they are, eating dinner, invading their space. So here we have our living room for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Again, if you're new here, please make sure you subscribe and like my channel. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Looking forward to seeing you soon. But yeah, they're having dinner. Gonna totally invade. Hi. We're going live. I told them to ignore me. Kitchen is in full swing and full action. Papaya the last time. No, I didn't have that many fruits on there. But anyway, kitchen in full swing, full use. Nice and warm and cozy in here. And then it leads back to the courtyard. So that's Hacienda. Listen, if you are interested in coming, please make sure you contact us at info@haciendaelm.com or visit the website. There's a contact page. But the point of being here, showing the space, as a matter of fact, I'll show you, let's see, I have one room. I don't know if it's remade up yet. It's not fully, so I don't really want to show too much. Okay, never mind. The light is not, okay, kind of, sort of. But this is one of our queen rooms. It's not fully remade up. We had someone move today into a bigger space. See a bigger space, our king room, so we can't go in there. But it's just so beautiful. Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the company, and just the things that will happen here. It's just a lovely vibe. Whoever ends up coming in the end, as I always say, we definitely will be loving on them. I have a few other beautiful women who are going to already signed up and will be here. And I'm really excited about it. There's just so much potential for what it actually will be. We have like I said, we all have our ideas and we have our things, but, being like flexible with how it kind of ends up in the long run is what's most important. And I do feel that it will also speak for itself, and speak to me in terms of what it ends up kind of supporting in the end. As of right now, it's still a very community-focused space, and that will not change. I just feel that we have to believe in, our visions. We have to have a core value for what it is that we're trying to do. It shouldn't always just be about money. And, just pour ourselves into it, clearly pacing yourself. You don't want to burn out. I tell myself that all the time. But being here makes me smile because, again, like I said, rolling into November a year ago, I literally felt like, oh my God, this is what I've been talking about, and here it is in front of me. What are you doing? What are you doing? And here we are a year later, and having someone trust in this process. And I say this a lot. I say this all the time: is you all got on a plane, you bought a plane ticket, and you came because whatever it was that pulled on your heartstrings to either investigate moving to Mexico in the end, or trying it on, learning how is it for you individually, is just so special, and I, as a person who thought moving around the world or traveling was not necessarily a big deal, and it's because I did it a lot, but it is a big deal. It's big deal. Moving is a big deal. Moving even within our own country to another state is a big deal. And so I don't take that at all for granted, and I really, really appreciate all you beautiful people. Yes, Lisa, thank you. I'm glad you love it. And thank you as well, Michelle. She said you're modeling. Chase your dreams wherever they might lead, especially for Micah. Yes, yes. I talk to him. We talk practically every day. I try to impress things on him that I think I learned myself after I became an adult. And, I see the generational growth, and I'm grateful for the fact that my parents also, immigrated to Canada and then, into the United States. So I don't take any of those things for granted, but being able to choose at an earlier date how your future looks, or being able to choose nowadays how your future looks, because it's not just based on, oh, I really got to get out of this very desperate situation that I grew up in, because this was how my parents ended up leaving Jamaica, and I got to go somewhere else, and I just got to start all over, and I don't, it's a different way of moving, so I'm grateful for that, and to be here. So I'm always happy to welcome people into these spaces that make sense from a community standpoint. So do you all have any questions? Because I'm going to go eat some of my fried rice and roast chicken. And I also want to say welcome to two women that are at Casa. I'm going to go and spend time with them later on. They received their residency today, so congratulations to Tina and Joy. Tina did my July relocation tour, and they got their residency today. She brought her friend, and they both got their residency, so yay, the more the merrier. Super, super happy for them, but they're gonna be heading back tomorrow, so I wanna get out of here, eat, and spend some time, but I'm super happy to have you all here. Please make sure you stay tuned, because, and this is shorter, because I'm always talking at least an hour, but I will be back on for the following Wednesdays. Not sure about the Thanksgiving. I may just do a pre-recorded, and then that will be it for 2025. I just want to know, is there anything you all want to know before, so we can kind of incorporate that into our upcoming lives? And following that, like I said, in December, I will be off the air for at least probably 5 weeks, which really messes up my algorithms, but it is what it is, right? I feel like my old faithfuls will be here and come back to see what we're doing, and all the things. But I'm very, very grateful for all of you. I sound like I'm already giving the end of year speech, but I just want to say that because my heart's very full, not just because I'm here today, but this past week was just one of those weeks where all my senses were on 150%. It's just I had things popping off, and I was so busy, and I was cooking. I made Jamaican food, and I made, we had the Dia de los Muertos, we had a whole spread of Mexican food. I did not cook that. I had the ladies cook, but I did do some things. But all of the stuff was just kind of so crazy. But what I wanted to say is it was just such a full week that when I sat down to unwind, I just felt super grateful, and even to have Anne-Marie with Ball Girl Will Travel say, Michelle, okay, I want to do this again next year. People are already asking. It's just it starts to make it feel like all the things you might have felt, again, starting something and being like, is this gonna work? Is this gonna make sense? Is it gonna, it is, but it's still, you have the days, right? We're human. We have the ups and downs, the left and sideways, right? But have those things kind of keep coming. It's just such a blessing. So I'm woosahing this week, and I actually have my last relocation tour this coming Saturday for two sisters, and I just think it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited for them to be here, and then I am challenging myself to the hilt with my Thanksgiving brunch, y'all. Listen, most of the items, no problem, I can make. I think it's just one item actually, well, two. One item I have only eaten, I have never made, but I know I can do it. Roti or naan bread, I know I can make it. They call it bus-up shot in the islands. That's what we call it, or roti. So I will be making those, and then I'm making patties, and Lisa, I'm gonna get to your comment in a moment. I'm making patties, and I've made them before, but there's a lot of layers, like layering and waiting and layers and layers and layers and all that stuff. So there's gonna be a lot of coordinating and logistics, but I'm very excited about it, and I know probably the week of, I will do what I always do, which is, what the hell were you thinking? Because when I was doing the menu, I was super excited. I was like, oh my God, look at all these cool things. And yeah, so as we get closer, I know I need to take a good, breather. And then 2 weeks before, I will really start working hard, preparing. I'm even making a black cake, okay, Jamaican. They call it Christmas cake. I call it rum cake. Some people call it rum cake, but mine is with blended fruits because I don't like the chunky fruits. So it's so good. I haven't actually made, I used to make them when I lived in Florida. I think I made a few of them here at the beginning of my arrival when I had more time. Anyway, Lisa, when will you publish your 2026 rates for Hacienda ELM? They're going to be what they are at the moment. So if you're interested in being here for 2026, again, our minimum is 1 month. If you want to be here longer, we would love to have you. Love to have you. So what's out there right now is going to be extended probably until June 2026. Our long-term goal is to have long-term residents. So right now, we're very open to people coming and trying it on. I will drop the link again since you asked a question, but you can also find a lot of information on, you can also find a lot of information on the website as well. And you feel free to book a one-on-one. I have one-on-one consultations. I do not have my ring light. I just realized how fuzzy I am. I'm sorry. I'm not the techie person with the best whatever, but talking to you from my heart. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can book a one-on-one consultation, a virtual tour. If you're here, I'm happy to do a personal tour. We are starting to post a lot of things around town for people who might be interested in what we're offering, but that's what we have thus far. So we hope that you can make it. If this is something that's of interest to you, please feel free to reach out. Okay, I'm gonna put my email here for info@haciendaelm.com. And again, if you are interested in anything for Casa, you want to book a room, you can do that online, or if there's something special events. So I'm really trying to focus a bit more on doing group events. So if you're a facilitator, retreat host, or anything like that, you can reach out to us as well at info@casaelm.com. And we will help you pretty much put the whole thing together. What I usually do is I meet with the facilitator, I do a Zoom, I see what are your dates, what is it that you want from the experience, and then we will go from there to help you put it all together. I know Khadijah I don't see her on tonight. She's doing a writers conference. She's going to be here for the writers conference in San Miguel in February. She put something together, and then also she's doing a retreat next November. So I am, we're happy to help people who want to do a group or want to do something. What I will say is make sure you give yourself time to market it in at least a minimum of 6, maybe 8 months, and have a good platform that helps you from a logistics standpoint. Okay? You're welcome, Lisa. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I want to eat. Hungry. So I will talk to you all next week. And thank you again for being here. Please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Sorry, I'm kind of like quickly rambling through this. There is another live that I did that's on replay right now, where it was more in-depth detail about the property, but I wanted you all to see, just kind of the upgrades and how the landscape looks now, and the pool is fully functional and full and all the things, and it's just really beautiful. As you can hear, it's like quiet. Outside of the ladies, you can't hear them because they're over there, but it's like really, really nice. And then in 5 seconds, the firework goes off. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later. Have a great night. Thanks, Michelle. I will I will let them know. All right, beautiful peeps. Ciao.